easy. The only difficult part is to figure out what is the coordinate of each key points. That one is tricky. When you finish that, you just create lines and areas and mesh it, apply the loading. So that part, you need to do some calculation, geometry of the model. And so the first part, of course, this is a modulus, and this is the Poisson's ratio. And then initiate your simulation. This is a routine. Everything is the same, right? And then you have skin and stick. But for skin, you need shear 281 element. For for the stick, you need link element, link 180, right? So you need to choose two different elements. And then you need to specify what is the modulus and what is Poisson's ratio. And when you are using shear element, you need to specify what is the thickness. You see that the thickness here, there's some parameter associated with shear element. These three lines. Several lines. This is the so-called boom area. Several students came to me, okay, what is the, I should build a cylindrical shape for each stick? No, you don't have to. You just build lines and mesh your lines with link elements. Each link element can be specified with area. That area is boom area. R1, R2. I remember this. Sure. Maybe I'm not that accurate, but should be like this, okay? And then you are ready to go to build the geometry. This is the difficult part. You have 12 points to build. This coordinate, some students have trouble to figure out what is the coordinate of each key point. These lines, K, everything starts with K, means key points. You are defining key points. K1, K2, K3 until K12. 12 key points. And then each key point have 3 coordinates, right? So this is, and then when you have key points, you can define lines. L, what are the commands? Starting with L means you are defining lines using key points. For example, this one, line L39. What is the meaning of this one? You are building a line using point 3 and point 9. Point 9 is here, point 3 is here. So you are building lines. These commands are building lines. When you have points, lines, you are ready to build areas, right? 4 lines will give you an area. 2 points will give you a line. You have built key points. So the first step always, whenever you want to build a geometry, start with key points, lines, area, volume. This is logical, right? If you want to generate a volume, you have to have area. If you want to have area, you have to have lines. If you want to have lines, you have to have key points. This is very logical, very smooth. So, but some simple geometry is easy to be generated. And this kind of logic is always true. When you have key points, you can generate lines. When you have lines, you can generate area. What are the commands? Starting with A, stands for area. You are building area 1 using 4 lines. This one, this one, this one. This index is the third line. This index. Am I correct? This. He is building area. Use key points. Okay. There's the option. You can build areas through key points directly, or you can build an area through lines. He is using key points. He is generating the area 1 through these 4 points. This area through these 4 points. Okay. Anyway, this is area generation from here to here. And this is mesh control. Okay. No, not mesh. This select lines. L, S, E, L he is selecting some lines. This selecting lines. He will select some lines first and control how I'm going to mesh those lines. Because you only have 6. How many sticks? 6 sticks and 4 areas, right? He is selecting lines and then choose the material type 1 and the real constant 1, because each stick model will have area, right? Different areas. So he is going to mesh those 4 lines with material 1 property, because line element is the materials in the stick is different from the material in the skin. When you are doing your mesh, you have to choose what kind of material for this element. For line element, I'm going to choose material 1. For shear element, I'm going to choose material 2. Okay? To here. I think this is a typo, right? I shouldn't it be like this way, right?
It's like stick.
Yeah, should be what should be A. Should be S here. Doesn't make sense. This one should be A.
One. Yeah. So the bottom section.
Maybe not, because
like
he started with another S again and check.
Should be volume. A, whatever he just said.
Supposed to be S. What is the meaning of that S?
It's a stick.
Oh, defining a set. Defining a set. Why? I was thinking he is choosing one of the areas. Let me see. This is he used another S again, and okay, because the stick have different materials, right? We have. Maybe you can continue. I stole that here already. We're trying to, yeah, if you are good with this, you're free to go. And if you want to learn this, please can continue this. I stole that here. We built the model already, and we want to learn how to mesh. Yeah.
It's from the microphone.
This is the Goa solution. I just go through this quickly. Next level.
All right, so we've built the model, and now, we've assigned our attributes. So you can select various. So you select the lines, assign the attributes, then you reselect all the lines, select the new lines. You can do that to apply all your attributes. So mesh. There's multiple ways to do it. You can use smart size, and then you mesh everything at the same time. So what a lot of you guys have been running into and what have been coming to me to talk about is you're getting errors regarding meshing not lining up correctly. So what that means is, say you have your area here, and we have and we'll divide this into elements. So we have our elements and we have nodes distribute like that along the edge of the element. And when you say you get a mid-node error or a error that you can't delete certain nodes, what that means is that you're trying to mesh your line from here to here without using a middle node. And you have to have that middle node in there for compatibility. So, there's several ways to do it. The way we do it here is we just select a smart size for the mesh. You make sure that your element types are compatible. So you have a compatible link element with a compatible shell element. It should just be link 180, shell 281. I've gotten that to work. And then you can just select a smart size depending on the size of the structure and your accuracy. Then A mesh and L mesh, and that will mesh everything together. So what it comes down to is just understanding that you have to have the same mesh size on all the parts, otherwise you're not going to get to solve. So setting a smart size, other commands include mesh key. I've used that one before to mesh something like this, so I set a mesh key shape, and then it just writes that through everything as I mesh. But smart size will get you sufficient meshing for this type of problem. So, so that's probably the errors you'll get with something like a skin stick model. Really, there's no set way or like hard way to do this. You have to go through and take and just work at it, try different combinations, read more of the help manual to get the commands, try different command setups. But this is one of the methods that you can use to use it. Yeah, it's mainly just playing around with it and kind of getting answers to do what you want it to do. And then after that, it's just setting your boundary conditions and setting everything how you want it. Interpreting your load. Do you want to apply the load as a pressure or forces? That's part of it as well, but you can do that once you've got it meshed, and that's similar to what you've been doing in your other homeworks, just by looking at the load case, determining how to apply it. You can use pressure on a line. You can just apply forces to nodes. There's a whole bunch of different ones, and different methods can get you the same answer. So a good thing to do would be consult with other classmates and determine are our answers looking similar. Obviously, if you have a different mesh than that person, your answers are going to be different. But are they in the same ballpark? Do your answers make sense? Yes, just a lot of it's playing around. You're not going to get it the first time. It's just a lot of getting used to it and developing your skills. So I'll be here for the next little bit if you have any questions about any particular thing with your model or with stick skin modeling in general.